when he was doing all these things, was still, he was in alignment with his destiny. You are going through relationship problems consistently. Your destiny could be in the area of relationship. If you're going through financial problems, lack, that is an indication that your destiny could be tied up to financial prosperity.
Amen.
One person took the financial prosperity. I'll continue. See, the story of David and Goliath has been limited to Sunday schools, the children. But it's a very loaded sermon. This giant of a man, Goliath, he was covered from head to toe. My Sunday school teacher told me in Harvesters Evangelistic Ministry that the only gap that was visible was on his forehead. So look at that. Look at, if he's lying, I'm lying. I wasn't there. If this young man tries to put on the tunic of the king, Saul, he becomes uncomfortable because Saul is the tallest and fairest in the land. And this 15-year-old is only 5 foot something. He's not that tall. So he becomes uncomfortable. He puts it on and says that I'm not comfortable with the king's tunic. Let me go just like that. So he takes it off. And my revelatory mind tells me that many of us need to fight our battles the way we know how. The experience with bears and lions, you did not have any protection. The reason why God has made you bear is because he doesn't want you to attribute that which is about to do in your life to that which you think is protecting you. God will expose you, will cause you not to have any degree. You start first year, boom, they kick you out. You go to start another university, boom, they do this. Because, see, your strength will have been, I'm qualified, I have a degree, I have a master's. What God is going to do does not require you to share his glory. See, if he had won that battle with Goliath, Saul would have said, the protection you had was because you had my tunic on. So God gives you, puts you in a place where you are uncomfortable. See, they tell you a very good business idea. It's really, really good. Come and do it. But something within you says no. Everybody applies for a loan and it's given to them. But you apply for a loan and you are rejected. Everybody does that business and excels. You do that business and you fail. Everybody applies for that job and they get it. But you do apply for that job and only you, with all your qualification and experiences, you are rejected. God does not want to share his glory with you. What he wants to do is to teach you how to fight your own battles.
Amen.
God will give us training. And in the period of training, there is discomfort. I saw Usain Bolt yesterday. Who watched? And I'm thinking he's done miracles consistently. And his last race, something happens. I'm a spiritual man, so I understood what went on. See, when consistently you boast and brag about your abilities, see how he is. Nobody, yes. Nobody can touch me. I'm number one. I'm number S. I'm number one. And in the prelims of the 100 meters, a young boy in a college in America called Coleman overtakes him. When you are at the prime of your career and you're supposed to take all the glory and get home and you become a legend, you end up getting what? Bronze. He had never taken silver before. There's a spiritual connotation to it. God does not want to share his glory. During the times of training, he worked very hard. But see, there's a difference between hard work and smart work.
That's right.
You can choose to work 2-3 jobs. You get the money. But you can work one job and the Lord will promote you to the top. And the 3 jobs that people work, you get it in one. The battle between David and Goliath, like I said, it's a battle of words. That is why I get uncomfortable. This is where some people will not like me, but I'll preach it anyway. I get uncomfortable when we are fighting that battle and we sit down. If you're not in the position to sit, I understand. Physically, you are not in a position to stand. But see, when I speak to my father here, it is a father-son relationship. I don't have to holler. I don't have to shout. Papa, no, I speak to him like my father. But we are dealing with powers. We are dealing with the devil who comes to kill, steal, and what? Destroy. He does not listen when you speak to him in a very romantic way. See, some of the trials and tribulations we are going through, Jesus said this kind requires what? Prayer and fasting. You cannot be cute and sit down and cross your legs and say, Father bless me, Father bless me, Father bless me. See, God has already blessed you. It's not his problem. There is a power called the Prince of Persia that has stopped the answer to your prayers from getting to you. Continue being cute. Continue being cute. The answer is not God. I've prayed to God for 15 years. In that scripture, Papa, in Isaiah, it was said that 3 weeks before, Papa, is that what it said? The answer was released by God, but a principality called the Prince of Persia. That means that God has already answered your prayer. But there is a woman and there is a man. There is a spirit, there is a demon that has said that which God has released for you shall not get to you. Continue being cute. Continue sitting down during prayer. Continue mumbling words. The battle begins when you start to speak. I have issues with Christendom. Hindus do something called astral projection. And in astral projection, they cross their legs and they are gone for 7 days without food, without water. My uncle used to practice it, so he has told me all about it. Astral projection. They go to a place they call realms. And in realms, when they go and they come, they will tell you everything that is about to happen. They go to the other side called the spiritual world. And they can see, they're not prophets, but they can see that which is about to happen. 7 days, they will go, cross their legs, and they will go and come. The same Hindus do something 3 times a day. They pray 3 times a day to their shrine. Have you realized that when you go to any Indian-looking shop in this country, there is either somebody with a red thing on their arm, or there is a picture of Hare Krishna sitting right there. They don't hide their God. When you have to sit on a bus with your Bible, you conceal it. How dare you?
Preach on.
Exalt him so that he can also exalt you. Lift him up so that he can also lift you up. Another group of people, the Muslims, they do what is called Salah 5 times a day. And on Fridays, it's even intensive. On Fridays, it's even intensive. I had the chance as a young businessman to go to Dubai. And I was in a shop buying some things. And as soon as, if anybody has been to Dubai, you realize that the whole city is networked with speakers. And they started saying, Allahu Akbar. And this man left me in the shop. It was a mobile phone shop with all the new phones, not in cases, but they were just there. All the phones were there. He didn't say a word to me. He just walked out. So I'm thinking, I've been here for 15 minutes. Nobody has walked in. The man isn't coming back. What do I do? Take my money, go buy somewhere else. I left the shop, went to the next shop. It was empty as well. I went to 3-4 shops. They were all empty. They understand that which they are doing. I see, when we are told, forgive me, when we are told to come for Friday prayers, it seems to me that some of us think you are doing this man a favor. That which follows you needs consistent prayers. Prophet, prophesy to me. The answer is not in the mouth of the prophet. It's in your own mouth. You are your own prophet. If only, I say this, if I want power, I go to the source. I don't want to know Jesus through Bishop. And then Bishop will introduce me to Jesus. Jesus will move me to God. No. If I want power, I go through Jesus and I get to the source already. I don't think I have to go start moving from South London to outside London to Ghana, and everybody, every man of God, every prophet is telling me something different. When you can get on your own knees and move straight to the source, and the Father will answer you. Jews do something called tefillah, prayer, 3 times a day. They do something called shackling. See, that's when I bring it to church. When we are praying, it's never happened here, and I praise God for that. Father, what are you saying when you are chewing gum? You're not serious. See, I asked a Jewish man, why do you do shackling? He said, shackling. Why do they do that? And they said, if they open their eyes and look somewhere else, their attention for their prayer will be somewhere else. So the focus is that, Father, help me. Father, bless me. Father, it's a rhythmic prayer. Once their rhythm moves with the prayer, they believe they are in unison with God. They do this 3 times a day. My question therefore is, how many times a day do you pray? And for how long? It has to be a way of life. Prayer has to be a way of life. You need to understand that which you are doing, or else you do it anyhow. When the importance of something is not known, abuse is inevitable. You will abuse it anyway. That is why we are checking Facebook and we are praying. That is why we use tongues, praying in tongues, to test mics. Joshua will say, Randy, test this thing for me now. Go. Kaba, 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 shataraba. Can you hear me? And say yes. We have reduced testing microphones with speaking in tongues. We don't understand that which we are doing. May the Lord forgive us. Amen. Don't pay attention to the size of your giant. Don't pay attention to the size of your giant. What you need to worry about is the word that comes out of their lips. In the other side of our battle, on the opposite side, the kingdom of darkness, some of the biggest principalities and demons sometimes are resident in children. They are very small, but they are very powerful. The older women are not always the witches. Some of them are in boys. The spirits are in boys. Younger boys. They will do exploits in your life if you allow them. Don't just look at how big of a problem your mountain is or your giant is. Because if you keep looking, you'll not make a move. Pay attention to the words that come out of their lips. One of my favorite all-time movies, The Lion King. Simba does something that is... Who has seen The Lion King, by the way? Okay, half the church, that's good. Simba does something that is funny to me anytime I watch it and I get there. When the hyenas came to attack him, he tried to roar. Simba is like a lion anyway. He tried to roar, and a proper lion will roar. But Simba was like, wah! And the hyenas just burst out laughing. But see, this is what I took from that scene. See, the enemy is looking at you and saying the amplification of your voice is low. But see, when God comes in, your voice can move to a different level that will break every curse upon your life. When his father came to join Simba, it wasn't just Simba's roar again. It was the roar of him plus his father. If only you allow God to come and move into your life, he has got the propensity to amplify your voice. He has got the propensity to amplify your destiny. He has got the propensity to lift you up and carry you to where you have to be. Amen. Today, the Lord will conquer you, and I will kill you and cut off your head. You don't do that, cutting somebody's head off by using a sling and 5 smooth stones. This is where I believe in the prophetic ministry. He could have picked any stone. The rough ones would have been better, because the rough stones have a way of leaving at least a scratch, because they are sharper. But see, scripture says he goes to the stream. There was a stream in the valley, and then he picks 5 smooth stones. If you look at your circumstance around you, if you look at the trials around you, you will not make sensible decisions. God's prophetic words don't always make sense to you. That is why I believe that even though you are broke, you are in overdraft right now, I am. I'll wake up in the morning and say to myself, I'm a millionaire.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Even though you are sick right now, my God, you can say to yourself, by his stripes, I am healed.
Amen.
Even though the marriage is not working right now, but you can make a certain declaration in the mornings and say, this is the best marriage ever. I am enjoying it.
Amen.
See, those things just get the enemy angry. He's saying, this woman just doesn't give up. I have tried every method that I used with Noah, with Samson, with Elijah and Elisha, but still, she is still persevering. Resist the devil and he will what? Flee from you.
Amen.
When giants fall, don't celebrate, don't jubilate, cut off their head. Because giants have the ability to rise up again. How many times have people around you mistaken you for a fool, not once, but twice, but 3 times? See, the silly thing you did was you jubilated when they fell. Cut off their head. And I don't mean it physically, for you end up in jail. What I mean is, when you know this is not working for me, don't make excuses for them. They were in the state of this. They were in the state of that is why they did this. When somebody shows you their true character, believe them the first time. We are fighting unnecessary battles because we make excuses for them. There are certain giants in our lives. There are certain giants that have risen up in our marriages. There are certain giants that have risen up in our finances. And by physically looking at them, they look impossible. But when we evoke the presence of God, God has the ability to make us victorious in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Let's rise up and get the time to pray. Let's rise up. Let's rise up. Let's do this. Let's do this. If somebody can get on the keyboard for me.